Hello and welcome back to the Libib's BookTube channel. My name is Kaylin and welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving you guys another monthly wrap up because I didn't do one in May and I realized I didn't get a lot of reading done in May. And then vacation came and went last month and then I got some reading done finally. So I just want to talk about those books real quick, and I have 4 books to talk about, so let's get into it. The first book that I read in the month of May, and the only book that I really read in the month of May, because all the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books I read last month, or in April. So I read The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, and this book was definitely one of the most bizarre reads I have ever read in my entire existence in life. It is like, I don't know, it was just so bizarre and strange. The beginning of the book was definitely like, what the actual freaking doodle am I reading? Because it was just so weird, and I was like, I know Gillian Flynn is known for her thriller suspense, and this was supposed to be like a horror ghost novel story thing. Just FYI, it is the smallest little book ever, and it's short as well, so the pages are really, it's a nice quick read. I ended up rating it 2 out of 5 stars because while it was interesting and kind of spooky towards the end, the beginning was definitely like, what the heck? Like, why are we in this situation and how is this going to relate to everything at the end? And at the end, it was just really weird, and I can't wrap my head around the weirdness. It was bizarre. Next up for the month of June, I was trying to read The Eye of Mines by James Dashner, and I think I was reading that in the month of May too. I don't even know. I've stopped reading it since. I thought it was alright, but I'm definitely not in the mindset to read something like that. I mean, it was going pretty quickly, but I lost my spot in it during vacation and I haven't picked it back up since. I read like a chapter of Daughter of the Pirate King. I didn't continue on with it. But the next 3 books I did continue on with, and the first one being The Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan. And this book is really stinking cute because when you open it up, it's like all these, okay, that was like a really bad page to turn to. So it's like a dictionary, so we have elf, beginning of else, so you have a word, and then it goes into like a little description, and it's just basically this like really cute story. I ended up rating this book 4 out of 5 stars because I definitely loved the format of this book. It is definitely cute, the cover is adorable, it is definitely small, it is a very quick read, I read it in a day. It wasn't a 5-star read just because, like, I don't know, the storyline seemed discombobulated at times. It's like we go from one like really like happy thing to like one sad weird thing. It didn't really make sense at times, but other than that, I really liked and enjoyed this. The next book I read in the month of June is like one of my favorite books of 2018, and that is The Merciless 4 Last Rites. This is the last and final book in the Merciless series quartet book shenanigans. I absolutely really adored this one. It is not as good as the first one, so that is why it's 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you want to see more thoughts and feels of me reading this book, I made an entire vlog of me reading this book, and it's just basically a video of like me for my chin up vlogging. It's awkward, but I absolutely loved and enjoyed this book. It was just so great. It was such a great conclusion to the series, and I loved the characters. I loved what everything was going on. There was just a pacing issue. The beginning was kind of slow where nothing really happens, but then once you get going, you really get going, but then there'd be like a chapter that would be taking you back before the events of the book, before like the book is taking place, and it just like stopped. I felt like I had like a seatbelt on and like you're cruising along, and then all of a sudden like the light turns red and you have to slam on your brakes and you're like getting choked and whiplash from the seatbelt. And so that's what it felt like to me. That's why I had to dock half a star, but The Merciless series by Daniel Vega. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. And last but not least, we have Because You Love to Hate Me by all these wonderful authors and 13 booktubers. This is edited by Anne-Marie, and Because You Love to Hate Me are 13 tales of villainy, and then we have little snippets that booktubers had wrote as well. And they gave the prompts to the author. So I was just really excited to see what these booktubers brought to the table. Like, how is their writing compared to authors' writing, kinda? I just wanted to see what everyone was writing, you know? Felt meh about this book. And I ended up rating it 3 out of 5 stars because anthologies like this are hit or miss. You either love some stories or you don't. The authors got a 3.15 star rating from me, and the booktubers got a 2.2 rating. Anyways, this anthology was like a hitting miss because, you know, you always have those stories that you don't know, like, there's some authors that you haven't heard of that you may like their stories, or you may see some authors that you do love that just their stories just don't click with you and their writing style. Definitely some of my favorites were Death Kneel, The Sea Witch. The booktubers that stood out for me were Christine Riccio and Jessie George. Like, the reason why I gave the booktubers such a lower score than the other ones, because half the time I felt like they were just straight up reviews of the story, or like bits by bits, like, this is what happened, this is why this happened. Okay, cool. But like, I wanted something more creative from them. I wanted something like Christine or Jessie gave me. I wanted something unique, different, instead of like the same thing for each and every person. It just kind of sucked, but that's just the way it was, and that's just the way I felt about this book. So overall, 3 out of 5 stars. Anyways, these were the books that I read in the month of May and June. What did you guys read? Let me know in the comment section down below, or if you've read these books, let me know your thoughts, feels, and opinions. And anyways, it's gonna be it for today's Thursday video, and I will see you guys next time for a new bookish video.